dorks, this is Kianara and Senji, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the third edition of It's All in the Name, the series where I tell you all about how I come up with my doll names. Today I wanted to do 4 whole new dolls for you, tell you about how I came up with their names. And yes, like I said, this is the third edition. There's a part 1 and a part 2 somewhere out there in the big YouTubes. I will pop a link up there and down there for you to those 2 videos if you haven't seen them yet and are interested in watching them, or if you want to rewatch them, or I don't care. That's all up to you. You can watch them now, you can watch them later. Just know they are out there for you to watch. So having said that, let's just get into those dolls' names. Wow, yeah, that was charming. It's really hot in this room today. So yeah, first candidate is Zenji here. How in hell's name did I came up with the name of Zenji? Well, for Zenji, I was kind of looking for a particular name, because for Zenji, I had this idea of a character that was a bit of a mixed race kind of thing, and I don't think race is a little bit of the it's not really the right name, but fact is, he has a parent that's from England and he has a parent that's from Japan, so he's a little bit from 2 different sides of the world mixed together in one character. And I needed a name to kind of represent that idea. So I wanted a name that was both pronounceable in English and in Japanese. So that's where my search kind of started. And I needed a name that made sense in both languages. And I just turned to the wide web Googles again. Something that I do quite a lot when I'm looking for doll names. I just go on the internet and look for names and I just write them down. Everything that I think might be interesting and might work for the idea that I have in my head. And that's exactly what I did with Zenji. I just started looking for names that I thought would fit that description of being able to be pronounced in both languages and not sound completely different from one another. So that's what I did. I came up with a few names, and I took that list literally in my hands and I went like, don't like that, don't like that, doesn't fit his character or fit his face, you know. Because when you have a name, in my opinion, you gotta have a name that also fits the face. Sometimes you have a name that just doesn't fit the face. So you have like this really cute or very masculine name, and then you have like this, you know, childish boy or something. It has to fit with the face. The name has to fit with the face and the character and everything. So it can sometimes be a little bit hard to actually find a name. In this case with Zenji, it really wasn't that hard, because Zenji was pretty much the only suitable name in that list that I had. So it was quite easy to find a name that fit him. So it is a little bit of a boring story, I'm sorry. But that's how Zenji came to be Zenji. I just had a vision of a name and I looked it up on Google and I found something fitting, and that would happen to be Zenji. So yeah, that was Zenji. Sorry, let me put Zenji back into the closet and actually get someone Zenji knows really well. And that's this little dude. And he is not willing to look at the camera. He's a little bit camera shy. He usually is behind the camera. And this is Kita. And Kita is actually Zenji's older brother. And put those glasses on your nose, boy. Like that. That's better. And the first doll actually that I got from this family was Zenji. Zenji was the first to arrive at my place. And I never really intended to give Zenji a brother, but Zenji was supposed to be an only child. But then I had the chance to actually buy this handsome dude, and I needed a place to fit him in, and the only thing that came to mind was actually making him Zenji's brother. So that's how Zenji got a brother. And with that, I had the same problem, because they have the same descent and everything, you know, same father, same mother, same problem. I needed to find a new name that was pronounceable in both languages, both English and Japanese, and sounded, sounded good, fitted his face, the whole problem started over again. And I wasn't able to find a fitting name. I struggled so hard to find a name that I liked, that would fit the description, that would fit his character, that would fit his face. I just couldn't find a suiting name. What I often also do is ask my friends for help. It wouldn't be the first time for me to, brainstorm with a friend on doll names. And this goes both ways. I've done it with doll names for my friends and from doll name for my dolls. Wow. So I started, brainstorming with some friends, like, do you guys know anything that would fit him? And I am just stuck. I'm literally stuck. I don't know what to do. And it also needed to fit their last name. They gotta have a nice flowing doll name, first and last name. And I just couldn't find something that worked. Until a friend of mine said, hey, listen, the last name that you chose for Zenji, I don't think really it's a nice last name. It doesn't really sound good as a last name. Why don't you use that last name and make it his first name? And I was like, I'm not sure about that. I do like that last name. And it actually got the ball rolling that she said that. And I was like, I'm not sure I want to give up that last name just yet. But you actually kind of have a point. It would make a good first name for him. And that name happened to be Kira. And I just let that simmer in a pot for a little bit, thought about the fact, and if I really wanted to change Zenji's last name to something else, and if I would be able to find something fitting for that last name. And in the end, I came to the conclusion that Kira was actually a really good name for him, and that it fitted him, it fit the requirements of the name, it fit his face, it fit everything, and I just had to make up a new last name, which isn't really important. This last names don't, in my case, don't really have a lot of meaning. It's just that's how last names get made up in my case. But that's just how Kira's name came to be. It used to be Zenji's last name. Which is just kind of funny if you ask me. So that's the story of Kira. And I'm just going to pop Kira back into the closet. And I'm gonna get this dude. And this little dude is Alex. And Alex is a name that I have used for my dolls for quite some time. Alex is probably one of the original 5 names of dolls that I've had. Original 6? Something like that. It's a name that I have used for quite some time. In the beginning, Alex wasn't the character that he is now. Not even close to it. Alex used to be a whole different character, but I've kind of... and as I grew into this hobby, the name grew with me, and the character grew with me, and it grew into what you see right here. Actually, the first ever Alex that I used to have was a League World Q, I believe. Anyway, it was a League World doll that I remember, and he used to be an angel, and this is definitely not an angel. This is perfectly normally human. But how did I came up with that name of Alex in the very first idea, very first time that I actually used the name Alex for my doll? How did I came up with that again? It's been over 10 years. I'm not sure I quite remember why I decided to go the route that I took. I do know exactly how I came up with the name, where it came from, but why I decided to go that route, I'm not sure. But Alex is actually short for the last name of a character in a book that I really liked. The full last name was Alexander, but I didn't quite like that as a doll name, as I like my doll names to be short. That's it. Short names, 2 syllables max. And Alexander didn't fit that cut. It's too long. So what I did is just chopped it in half and used the first part as a name, as it is a legit name, of course. So that's how I came up with Alex's name. Even though Alex is not the character that he used to be before, it's a name that I still dearly love. That's why it's stuck with me for such a long time, and I think it fits him very, very well. And I absolutely love him. He is one of my most precious dolls that I have, and yeah, that's just kind of how the name Alex came rolling into my crew. So I'm gonna just pop him back and go to the last dude of today, and that is this one. And this one is a little bit of a complicated dude, because if you watched my daily updates videos for the past, I don't know, very long time, you know that this mold is my nemesis, my trouble child, my everything that is not good. God, he has been a problem, a pain in my ass, but then again, I also really love him. Anyhow, he has had many names. He is gone, he's come back, he's gone again, he came back. I sold him, I got him back, I sold him, I got him back. I wanted to sell him, he didn't go, he didn't want to go. I stopped and I thought, well, I'm gonna give it a try, and then I decided to sell him again, and then he really didn't want to go again. In short, there's just a whole lot of stuff with him. But after the last time that I tried to sell him, I was like, this is not going to happen. He was just meant to be with me. And I decided to just give him one last shot, try it one last time, see if I can make it work. So in the past, I have had him shelled in characters that were already established characters that I had in my stories. And that's what I tried to do with him. And that just didn't work. They didn't seem to fit, and I lost interest in him. I got frustrated with him. And so when I thought, like, okay, I'm going to give this one last shot, I'm going to actually make him a character, a whole new character that I haven't made before, that is completely new to everything a name that I haven't used in the past, and make him his own character. And that's what you see now here before you. So yeah, with that new character, I also needed a new name. Name number 5 or something. I'm such ashamed. I'm so ashamed of that, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I had to find a name, and I actually kind of got the ball rolling at a meet that was held at my place, and I was like, guys, I need your help. I don't know anymore. I just don't know anymore. He's been such a pain in the behind it. I just don't know what to name him anymore. And that's actually kind of got the ball rolling, and my friends started shooting names at me, and I wrote them down, and that's actually when the name Gray kind of stuck. And everybody kind of agreed, like, oh yeah, that's a good name, it fits him. And I think I kind of agreed, but it felt like he needed something more. And that is kind of where his double name situation, which he has going on, came from. He has a double name. He has a name that was given to him at birth, and he has a name that he uses in daily life because he hates his birth given name. Just a little quirk. So, and the name that he uses on a day-to-day basis is Gray. That's the name he uses. The name that he was actually born with is Ezra. And that was actually a name that I had in my long list in my book of names that I might actually someday want to use. And it seemed fitting when I looked into the book, and I was like, I just need a name that he might actually not like. So it wouldn't be a name that I find particularly very, very interesting, but a name that is nice. It's nice sounding, but not a name that he would want to use on a day-to-day basis. And that's how I came to Ezra. So yes, his official name is Ezra, but he goes by the name of Gray. So this kind of was like a double name the doll kind of idea. And I'm thoroughly thankful for my friends in helping me brainstorm in getting one of the names, because at that point in time I was just totally lost with him. It was just, I had so much frustration going around this doll with the things that I have been through with him. In the end, am I still happy he is here? Yes, because look at him. Just look at him. He just looks awesome. He has some bad habits, but he's pretty freaking awesome, and I do really like him the way he is right now. So for now, he's good. He's safe, and I absolutely adore his names, plural. So that was the third edition of It's All in the Name. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I have one more edition for you to come. There are, let me guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, just about 4 dolls left in this edition. Maybe by the time I make that edition, I will have 1 or 2 of my new dolls that are coming in already here, so I can tell you a little bit about their names as well. Once I figure those out, because they're not set in stone just yet. But yes, there is still at least 1 more installment of this series. So I hope to see you all in the new edition of that video. If you like this video, then you guys know the drill, right? Then please like, subscribe, comment, click on the notification bell. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't watched the previous 2 videos yet, then I suggest you go and do that now. Find out about all those other dolls, how I named them. I hope you'll have a very lovely day today, guys. And I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye-bye.